Hey YouTube, how you doing? Kevin here coming at you with another video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the carburetors on the ke100, the km100, the kd80, the kd100, and everything in between, like the, what do you call it, the G390s there and all that type of stuff. Okay, so a lot of people ask, where can I get replacement carburetors? This is the carburetor right here that's off my ke102 build I'm doing, or ke100. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it and some of its features. Mine has the adjustment screw on the side here. Some of them have it on the front. So I grabbed another carburetor body that's good, and you can see right here on the front. So all they did was block the hole and move it onto the side. They drilled it out right there. Okay. So I have a lot of people asking me, Kevin, my bike will not idle. So I want to talk to you guys about jets. That's your main jet. That is not for the idle circuit. The idle circuit is the pilot jet, which is inside here. Okay, so I'm just kind of going through this. You might have to go back and reference it. Alright, and this is going to be why your bike will not idle. So I'm going to pull this out real quick. Shouldn't be that tight. Okay. That is a pilot jet. This controls your idle circuit. And a lot of people don't know how to tell if it's clean or if it's dirty. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to hold it up to the light and look into the hole in the center. And if you can see the light, it's clean. This one is clean. Okay? So you got your little orifice holes right here on the side, these little jets. That's basically where the fuel comes through and through the center part. If that's clogged, you need to unclog it. What happens is they eventually they close up with old fuel, and when they close up, the bike won't idle. So that's why it's very important to put your bike away properly, so that won't clog up. So this controls your idle circuit. If the hole is too narrow, like too closed up, you'll have a lean condition. If it's too opened, then you'll have an overrich condition. So you want to make sure you read your number and you make sure it's that size. You make sure it's nice and clean. A couple of tools you can use to clean them is one of these pipe clean kits, torch cleaning kits for cotton torches. They got different little sizes that you can clean out jets. There's one that's actually missing on this one. It's really, really skinny because they bend after a while. It's an old kit. So you can use those to clean your jets. But be careful with these, and I'm going to show you why. You only want to go through 1 or 2 times. Because, see this ribbed part right here? That'll actually file and make the hole bigger. Your jet bigger. So be careful with those. Okay? But since we're in the Christmas spirit and the Christmas time, I'm going to show you another cool tool that you can use that you guys have an abundance of. You ready for this? A Christmas hook. It's a really thin wire. It's good for cleaning. I got a bunch of jets hanging on there right now. It fits right through the hole, and the Christmas hook, the thin ones, the silver ones, not the green coated ones, are actually very good for cleaning jets. Merry Christmas. Okay, so now here's the part you guys all been asking. Where can I get a new carburetor? Every time I go on the forums and I see people, this Kawasaki forums, the Suzuki forums, everything else, I keep telling everybody, go on eBay. They have them for like 50 bucks, okay? It's like 30 something plus 20 for shipping. Listen to me. The ac100, the tc100s, the a100s, these are all Suzuki bikes, all take the same carburetor. A lot of people don't realize this. So I had bought one. Got it right here, came in, I got this one from Thailand. You have to be patient because it takes a while for it to come in, okay? It takes a while for it to come in. Because it's come from Thailand. So let's open this up, take a look at it, and we'll do a comparison video on these new carburetors. Nice and bubble wrapped. Whoop, there it is. And there are some benefits to this carburetor over your factory one. There she is, guys. Right there. Look at that. So we're going to compare that to this one right here that has a jet in the same place in the front. This is a Mick carburetor. It's made in Thailand, okay, or Taiwan, but I got it from Thailand. Same thing. Anyway, This one features, this is set up for the AC100, so it's going to have the pull choke cable as the pull cable as opposed to your knob cable, your knob pull. Real easy, just unbolt the one from your factory carb and screw it into your aftermarket carb. There's a couple of differences. You might notice this one has a little vent on the side. You can either A, leave that open. Not me, I use vacuum plugs. What is a vacuum plug, you're asking? These are bigger. I don't have the ones for this carburetor yet, but you can get these at any auto parts store. It's just a rubber cap and it fits over it. Okay, this is obviously too big for this, but it'll be a small one. And you're going to plug that one and that little vacuum line. Now the reason why it has these, because the AC100 bike has a vacuum pull oiler. So basically what it does is vacuum here, pulls it from the oil pump, pulls it, makes it fluctuate, and then this side right here receives the oil. And then it goes through that hole right there in your carburetor and mixes your fuel and oil together. Real simple setup. Is it effective? I don't know. I don't own a Suzuki. However, they are the same exact carburetors. Now you'll notice a couple of features on the bowl that are different. One, it has a drain plug. I like drain plugs. Drain plugs are very nice. Here's the bowl from a Kawasaki ke100. You can see right there is the difference. You have a spot for it right there, but there is no plug. And then here, right here, is the little indivot right there, so that you can have that little drain right there. Now, if you flip them over, you'll notice that the KE has the two drains, and the Suzuki has the places for them, but there are none. So you can either A, swap your bowls out, or B, just leave it alone like that, and not worry about your little rubber plug. So, there's that and that. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to pull the bowl off of my ke100 one to show you guys what's inside, which you guys already know what's inside, because you've had yours apart a million times trying to figure out what's wrong with it. That's why I'm doing these videos, to help you guys with that. So, take this bowl off. So I'm doing this like sideways here, trying to make it all work out for you guys. 173 subscribers, guys. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Okay, I love doing these videos for you guys. Okay, so here you see my carburetor float. You see where the pilot jet is and my main jet. Okay, now we're going to take apart the new carburetor. I'm going to pop the new carburetor apart, show you what's inside, show you the difference between the aftermarket carb and the ke100 carb. I'm just going to go through both of these and show you guys. You guys are going to love this. Wait until you see what's inside this thing. It's unbelievable. Aftermarket carb versus the factory carb. You ready? Oops, same exact thing. See, there is no difference. None. One's prettier than the other. That's pretty much it. Main jet. The factory jet that they put in this one here, we don't know what it is because they didn't mark it. So these are aftermarket pilot and what do you call it, main jets. So you're going to have to research and find out what that is, or just switch it out with yours. But for the most part, it's the exact same carburetor. Look at that. Same gasket set, same jets, same floats. Everything is the exact same. In comparison, I'm going to go around this way here. In comparison, they are exactly the same. They take the same float settings. They take the same needle and seat and the same jets. This jet's actually a little deeper into the bowl, but that's pretty much it. There was no difference on them. See? Exact same thing. Same setup exactly. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss the bowl back on there, because you don't want to be playing around with the carburetors with no float on them. No bowl on them. Since we already got the bowls off, let's compare the inside of the bowls. Take mine off. They're the same bowl. Just one has one tube. You can see the place for the other tube. It just doesn't have it. That's the only difference. That is the only difference on the bowls. And one has a drain plug, the other one doesn't. So, and what I'm going to do to show you guys this, I'm going to stick the KE100 bowl on the new carburetor. All the screw holes line right up. It literally is the same carburetor. They feel the same, they smell the same, they look exactly the same. And I'm having no issue putting any of these screws in into the what do you call it, the housings. They line right up. Look at that. Just like that. Now, I told you guys there's some perks to having this aftermarket carburetor as opposed to your factory carburetor. One is on the top of the adjuster. Okay, right here is where your cable goes in, and then you guys have that little plastic piece that goes on there, and you're trying to adjust it and nothing happens because it's all stripped out. Check this out. This one has a long one that literally fits right through the rubber, and it seals it nicely too. I've already tried it out. It fits on there beautifully. It's a one-step knob, and you just twist it either way, so you'll have the brass sticking up. It looks awesome, and it's way more functional than that little plastic tube that you have to, you know, insert on top of here. So, and it just fits right down over it. So, I mean, it's good. So the only thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change it over to your machine is change your bowl, vacuum cap here and here, and if your bowl is really bad, just use the one that came with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It'll work just fine, and you have a cool drain plug, so when you go to put your bike away, you can drain the fuel out of it, and then your carburetor will be good every year. Okay, and it fits on either one, so you have options. Look at that. There's the new, there's my KE102 carb with the new bowl on it. You know, it fits right on there. There's no difference. So this carburetor here is made in Taiwan. It is brand new in the box. Right there. That's who makes it. Anyway, here's the part number right there. If you can see that or not. It's for an A100. But when I ordered it for an AC100. It's the same carburetor. So they sent me the, technically, they sent me the wrong one, which is actually the right one. You get what I'm saying? So part number, A100. You go right onto Suzuki, onto eBay, Suzuki AC100, and or A100, either one. When it pops up, you'll see a whole bunch of, just type in carb. I didn't even type in carburetor, I just typed in carb, and it popped up. And then you're like, bam, that's it. So, now we're going to go to the back side of the carburetor. We're going to flip it over to this side. And then we're going to take my carburetor. Oh, not side it. Here's my carburetor. We're going to take my carburetor and tip them upside down and check out the backs. The backs are the exact same thing. And remember how I told you I bored mine out? This one's already done. It's already done. It's already as wide as you could possibly get it. Same thing with the front. So, by changing the carburetor, you're going to automatically have more airflow just by using this carburetor, which probably means it has a bigger jet in it. Just saying. Okay, so we got that done. So now you got those cool things, and now I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple of other things. So we talked about the jets and what they are. I'm going to go over those one more time. So the top screw right here, grab my little trusty screwdriver. The top screw right here, inside here, that is your pilot jet. And what do you call it there? Make sure I get mine in there tight. Yep, here we go. Your pilot jets. And I want to show you guys something real quick with these pilot jets. Okay, you have your pilot jet right here. And on the side of it, not on the tip of it, but on the side of it is where you'll find your number and I use a little magnifying glass to see it. As you can see, the numbers right on there. And that's how you tell where your, what do you call it there? Where your numbers, how your numbers are. Because a lot of people don't realize all the numbers are supposed to be stamped on the jets. If you don't have a number stamped on your jet, you can't trust it. Okay? You cannot trust it. Now I want to talk to you guys about the most important part of that. After you guys clean out this pilot jet, sometimes your bike still won't idle. And you're like, I cleaned the jets. What is going on? I can't believe it. I cleaned it. I did exactly what you said to do. Okay, I'm going to go one step further, because recently I found that there's another part to this. I didn't just find it. I knew about it, but I forgot to mention it in one of my videos. So I want to talk to you guys about that. Can't really see it too well on this video. Let me see if I can grab a light. Let's see if I can find a flashlight. Hold on one second. Let me get that. Okay. Alright. Hopefully this won't be too bright. See if I can put it like this and channel it. Hold on one second. Okay. Hold your thing up to the flashlight and you can see that there's light coming through both of the jets. Okay? You want to make sure you can see light through your jets. If you can't see light through your jets, then you have a plug. And I'm going to show you where the plug would be. Okay? After your cap is off, if you look inside the carburetor, in the throat, see if I get this light back on there, hold on. You can see right, I'm going to put my finger in the carburetor. See my finger protruding through? There's a little tiny hole. See if I can get it into the camera here. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I'll just put it through the bottom here. Alright, now you can see two holes. See the two lit holes at the bottom there? The one that's really bright right now, that is your idle circuit jet. The one that's lit now is your main jet. Okay? So you want to make sure that you can see light through both of those holes in the carburetor. If you can't, the plug might be further up than the jet. And to clean that is really simple. You can use a, what do you call it there? A Christmas tree hook. And just go straight down through the thing and clean it out that way as well. And that's a real cool thing. The main jet, you don't have that problem because once you take the jet out, it's automatically open. There's no way that's going to clog up on you. I mean, that's just a big hole. But the pilot jet is the smaller of the two. And like I said, it controls the idle circuit. So as the air is coming through, the air, you know, in the fuel mix are coming through there. And if that's plugged up, you're not going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to see light. So that right there is where we're at with the carburetors. And I wanted to talk to you guys about some performance stuff. A lot of you guys are performance heads, and you guys are trying to make these bikes into something. I've seen one guy try to run this carburetor here on his bike, and this is just way too big of a carburetor for your bike. They have a big rubber boot on here. He's got all kinds of things. The whole side cover is modified. This is too big of a carburetor. It literally is way too big. You're going to be losing power when you have this big of a carburetor. Okay, you're going to be cracking the throttle and things will be screaming at you. Alright, and this carburetor features what they call a power jet. So in the carburetor, you have, in that carburetor right there, this one right here, you have your pilot jet, you have your main jet, and now you have a power jet. What is a power jet, you ask? A power jet only comes on after half throttle or wherever you have it set to. So basically, your engine, your main jet can only work up to, I don't know, really about 3/4 of the throttle. Okay, when you start to get into full throttle, now you're starting to become a lean condition. Well, a power jet kicks in at that time and carries on, like you know how you get your pilot jet, carries on from idle to just about 1/4 to almost a half throttle, and then from half throttle, your main jet kicks over to about 3/4 throttle. Well, after that, at full throttle, you're really just stuck with whatever you can stick through the main jet. That's where a power jet comes in handy. Well, I want to talk to you guys about a product, and I got to tell you guys, I am not being paid for this, and I am not being sponsored by them. Okay? Just like I said to you guys in my other videos, when I find a good product, I got to pass it along. Okay? It's called Vito's Performance Racing. They're a good company. Their customer service is awesome. And this is a jet for a Yamaha Banshee. Okay? And in here, it gives instructions. It shows you where your clip's supposed to be. So I wanted to bring this up to you guys because a lot of people don't know which way. This is your throttle rod. This is the, what do you call it there? Where'd that go? I'm trying to think of where I put it. I'll just take the one out of this carburetor. I'll take this one out real quick, and I'll show you. Okay. See your needle rod right here? This is the setting for the needle rod, okay? Your needle clip position. It says starting point is in the middle. As you go up, it's a leaner, and as you go down, it's a richer, okay? So that's how that's adjusted when you're trying to do a lean and rich condition, and that'll help you on your really top end. Okay, you can see how nice quality this stuff is. Even though it's made in Taiwan, it's really good. Okay, so anyway, the people over at Vito's, right there, Vito's, this is a jet kit. It comes with all the jets that you need. Alright, there's 2 for each one because this bike has 2 carburetors, so it's got 2 needles right there, 1 for each carb, and then 2 sets of needles for each one. Okay, and these are high flowing brass needle jets. See how long they are? They're nice and long, and they stay submerged right in the fuel. They're really good, and all the what do you call it there? They're stamped with the size of them, which is really nice. And of course, it comes with new bowl gaskets. There's 2 bowl gaskets there. That's for a Yamaha Banshee, but I wanted to share that with you because that's a good product, and you can get jet kits from Vito's for pretty much anything you're working on. And the customer service is really excellent. But I got something from Vito's, and I wanted to show it to you. I already opened it up. I couldn't help myself. This is what the packaging looks like. Sometimes you get something, you just get really excited about it. And I found a product that's really exciting. I haven't put it on yet because I'm not sure which carburetor I'm going to put it on. But it comes with the fuel hose. Okay, I'm giving you guys hints here. It comes with a fuel hose. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, it comes with the instructions. And it comes with 2 brass pieces. Comes with this little brass clip here. Alright, I'm going to stop messing with you guys. I'm going to show you what it is. It's an adjustable power jet. Okay, so when you have these big carburetors right here, okay, this is the power jet right here that gives you extremely great top end. That's what this is for, to give you more power in the top end. You see a lot of people making their own using pilot jets. They'll take a pilot jet and they'll screw it in the top of the carburetor, and that works, but that's not the right way of doing it. This one right here, you drill a hole in the top of your carburetor, you screw this in there, and you have an adjustment, and you have infinity adjustments. In other words, there's not, you don't have a click or a click or a click. It's just however you want to turn it. However, like when you have the full throttle, you can adjust it so you get top end. And if you got your throttle in there, you're giving too much throttle and you're not getting enough power, you can crank it up more. If you're at top end and you start to lose power, then you can back it off a little bit. Okay, and then the Vito's recommends that you put it, here's the carburetor right here, between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, okay? Right up in that range right there, between 10 and 2, alright? So this is going to screw into the top of your carburetor. See how low this one sticks down? This one's going to have to be modified a little bit more so it's not, goes down as far, because down there it'd be coming on at idle. But I'm going to adjust it so it comes up to about there, and I'm going to cut the tube down a little bit. So basically, I'm going to be doing a video on it. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it looks like and how it is. Okay, because this is going to require some special modification because of the diameter of the carb. If you had a carburetor like this wouldn't be an issue. See what I'm saying? But because we're putting it on a tiny little itty bitty carburetor, we're going to want that up to about there. So it's going to have to be, you know, only when it's in full on throttle. So I'm going to make a bracket for that, and it's going to fit around using the 2 screws from up there, and it's going to sit right in the hole. There'll be a hole there, and that's where it's going to fit. So that is a Power Jet, and this is good quality brass, and this is not metric thread. This is a a quarter 28 thread. So a 1/4 inch hole, 28 pitch thread, and I'm gonna make mine's actually gonna be not threaded into the thing. There's gonna be a hole where it's gonna sit into it, and then it's gonna use the 2 top screws with a metal strap that's gonna go around it, and it's gonna be supported onto the carburetor like that. So, but I'll be able to adjust it to get it to where I want, and then leave it. So, if you guys are looking for a aftermarket carburetor for your bike, brand new, right out of the box, check out the what do you call it, the carburetor. It's right on eBay, and I paid I think it was like 50 something bucks, almost 60 bucks. Okay, you got your shipping and everything else, and it's brand new, and it'll fit right on your bike, and it's opened up, so you're gonna get more airflow through your carburetor. So if you're trying to find a carburetor that's opened up, good quality carburetor for cheap money, this is the way to go. Save yourself the aggravation. I've seen carburetors on eBay, new old stock, going for like $200 to $300. Come on, that's just ridiculous. It ain't like it's a, you know, a top of the line bike. It's a small bike, you know, and the price should be a little bit cheaper. So this is what it looks like. It's a really good quality carburetor. My favorite part of the thing on this carburetor is the adjuster right there, all brass, straight up. And if you want to keep your factory carburetor, you can. This will fit right inside your factory carbs, you know, right with no issues. In fact, you can even use the brand new nut if you want. It's the same thread. Get that on there. Hold on one second. Same thread. Right there. It's all screwed in. So now I got the full adjuster on there. And I can adjust it as low or as high as I want without having any slippage. If I want to put the aftermarket bowl on my ke100 carb, now look at that. Now I got my cake, I need it too, and I have to do some bowl modifications because of what I'm going to do. But you'll be seeing all those. There's because my Power Jet needs a port down bottom to grab the fuel from. So basically, the Power Jet is going to be up top here, and it's going to loop around and pick its fuel up from the bowl. So it's going to be something like that's basically how it's going to look when it's all set. And to get fuel to come out of there, all I gotta do is take the rod out on the inside, take this brass pipe out, and that comes out pretty easy with a pair of pliers. You just twist it back and forth, and it pops it right out. And then I'm gonna put a drain on this side so I can keep using my rubber piece at the bottom. It'll be factory, and everybody's gonna be happy. I'm just not gonna drill out that one. I'm gonna drill out this one, move the rod over, so I have that. Put the longer rod in there, so it drains properly, and that's pretty much it. And I keep my drain plug. The drain plug is key. I like the drain plug because now, if there's an issue, I can just drain out my carburetor. You think you got water in your carburetor? No, you just drain it out. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys for tonight. Like I said, you want to check out some cool products, check out Vito's. Right, I got this right on eBay. This was actually pretty cheap. Forgot what I paid for it. That's how cheap it was. I think it was right in the 26 bucks. I think it was for that. So it was pretty cheap, and it's got the instructions on how to set it up on your carb. Right there, it shows you it installed onto a carburetor right there. You know, you just drill out the hole. Tells you right here. Use it from use a 10 foot 10 to 2 o'clock mounting position, like I showed you. So basically there's 2 o'clock right there. It'll be 10 o'clock on that side. And right here, drill and tap a 1/4 28 hole, and mount your power jet into the body. And then it says to use a mild thread locker. The thread locker that I use is the green, which is they use on guns. So if you're a gun builder, well then you're all set. You should have some of that Loctite on there. Or the other one you can use that's pretty mild is the yellow Loctite. That's the brand I like to use, Loctite. And that's pretty much just one dab. You don't need a whole lot. Just one single drop on the threads. Screw it into position and leave it. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys for tonight. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and happy trails. Have a good night.